Yeah. Getting a little bit bored of Dubai, to be honest, though. Definitely want to go back to Bali.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you get, like, where are you from, actually? Are you local?
No. I wish. That would be awesome. Being an Emirati. Some people say Dubayani?
Dubayari?
Dubayani.
Dubayani, I have no idea.
No, I was born in Jordan. I was raised in Dubai.
Mm-hmm.
And I left when I was 18.
Mm-hmm.
I was in the UK for roughly 8 years.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. And then started nomading. And that's how I met the guys.
In Bali.
And through the guys, I met you. Yeah.
Nice.
So Bali has a special place, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Even though it's kind of a...
cesspool of degeneracy.
Yeah.
In some way. It can be. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it's I guess it's the people, really.
Yeah.
You don't find that anywhere else. Well, not that I've been to yet.
Yeah.
You know? Some people say Costa Rica is a place to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's cleaner, nicer, cheaper.
Yeah.
You can find the same community, but I've never tried. I'm not sure if you have.
Not really. I mean, honestly, when I started this whole thing, I went to Bali and I just stayed in Bali. I didn't really get far. Yeah, but it is something about the place. Yeah, definitely. And I think you're right. It's the people.
It's the people.
Yeah, it's a certain kind of people.
Because the place is, I mean, it's great, but it's not. It's good. It's just not great. You know, it's not crazy. There's so many other places that you would be on. Like I don't know. It's the people. It comes down to the people for sure.
Definitely. I think that's also something I realize whenever I'm in other places in Bali, like Uluwatu or Ubud. It's so much different from the vibe of the people in Canggu. And
oh, really?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
I've never really experienced that, I guess, because when I've been to these places, I only went for a day trip and come back.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
You stayed in Uluwatu?
Yeah, I stayed in Uluwatu for 2 weeks this year, and I did not get the same vibe as you get in Canggu. You know, you just go to cafes, you see all the people working in Canggu. It's much more there's much more startup founders and entrepreneurs in Canggu, yeah.
And Uluwatu, no?
No, much less, yeah. Yeah, as Uluwatu is much more a place of surfers and people who like take life a lot more chill, and you feel that energy, and it's nice, but it's not a place that gives you the same kind of vibe as Canggu.
Interesting, because I started hearing a lot of people from the friend group. They started going to Uluwatu.
Yeah, yeah. I talked to James Potter.
Yes.
Yeah, I talked to him as well. He told me he moved to Uluwatu. Yeah, for several reasons. I mean, there's also this thing where people live in Canggu and then every once in a while they go somewhere else because they say like, I have had enough of Canggu.
But they come back eventually.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. I mean, if they succeed in building a similar community in Uluwatu, they could actually bring a lot of that vibe and those people there, and then I think the whole thing could work much better.
Maybe slowly, because a few people already moved, and it's just a matter of time before everyone else moves, I guess. Canggu is awesome. It's just super busy, and if you're living there for a while, it makes sense to go somewhere a bit more quieter in a way. Yeah,
it's very busy. Yeah, it's very, very busy for the tiny space that's there. Yeah.
But do you actually get to focus and work in Canggu?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, I do. But I only do this time around. Last time I was in Bali was much harder, but it was also because everything was new and I was just like roaming around being...
So you actually moved to Bali the second time you went there?
I mean, the first time I went there, I stayed for 4 months. And then the second time, like it's been another 5 months now, 6 months almost. So yeah, pretty much got hooked by the place and by the vibe there. How was it for you? How long did you travel?
But before that, did you actually know the guys beforehand?
No, I just ran into some. I just went to some, the Draper Startup Hostel? Yeah. Have you ever heard of that? It's like this startup focused hostel by Draper, which is like this US Silicon Valley billionaire guy who has all these startup hubs around the world. And this was one of them. So I chose to stay there because it was super cheap and it had a co-working space. And just asking people like where is a good place to run, and through the running and the run clubs I met almost everybody. Yeah, I met Charlie I met Johnny, and then through Johnny I met Charlie, and through Charlie I met the rest of the gang. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, welcome to the club.
Thanks. Yeah, it was pretty interesting experience. But how was it for you? I mean, how did you go from the UK to nomading, and what did you do in the UK first?
I was still building Plutio in the UK.
Okay.
I think it was during the second lockdown where I just rented a place and bought, like, the rent was huge. It was like £4,000 or something like this.
Yeah.
Actually £6,000. And we split it into two.
Mm-hmm.
And I bought so much furniture, and it costs a lot. It was my first kind of time doing it.
Okay.
And lockdown hit on the day we moved.
Yeah.
And I was like, after few months, like, what am I doing? Like, all that money you spent buying furniture and paying for rent and paying for bills and stuff, you could have just spent it exploring the world.
Mm-hmm.
And so we sold everything. Activated the 6 months clause, sold everything and just left. And from that moment onward, I just traveled with a backpack, nothing else. Went to the States, went to different parts in Asia. Bangkok was a big part of that at the very beginning, and then started going to Bali. Dubai, obviously, but I didn't actually go crazy. I didn't go to so many countries, just stayed in a few.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe it's been 5 years since I've done all of that. It's kind of crazy. I've done it for 5 years, but now I think, it ended 6-7 months ago when I moved to Dubai.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you only moved here 6 months ago?
Yeah, less than that actually.
Okay.
Yeah, way less. Crazy.
Yeah.
Time moves super fast.
Yeah, it does. Last year for me has been, I just started nomading last year. I started a company myself and it didn't really go anywhere. So I was like, where the fuck do I go now? So I just canceled my apartment in Austria where I lived. I lived in a medium-sized city. And it's crazy.
What was the business?
So we were attempting to put AI into hearing aids by building super tiny models, custom models that remove background noise from the environment. So it's just audio in, audio out. It worked. We got the models to run. We got an iPhone app that actually is available in the App Store and produces some revenue, but it never took off on that exponential curve. And some of the reasons, there's plenty of reasons for that, but it's also just a very, very tough market to sell to.
Which market?
Hearing healthcare.
I see.
So anybody who needs hearing support, the tech isn't really there yet in many ways. We partnered with a chip manufacturer who was building a dedicated chip for that kind of application, and they just went bust 2 months ago.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Where was that?
What the company was?
The manufacturer?
It's called Greenwaves. Greenwaves.
Not a Chinese company.
No, French European company.
Maybe you should. Maybe you should look at China.
Maybe, probably, yeah. I mean, there are companies in that space for sure, but I decided to exit that space a year ago. I had some obligations because we got national grants and stuff and projects, and then I decided to not pursue that with a lot of emphasis anymore. So it just became a side thing. The company still exists, but I thought that there's more upside in other ventures, and in terms of the impact, the social impact of that technology, I think that the most meaningful contribution to that would probably be would probably have to wait for the tech to catch up. And
interesting, but wouldn't that put you behind in a way? Don't you want to be that person who's bringing it to the,
I mean, I thought about this a lot, and the decision that I've come to is that, at some point you got to start paying the bills, and doing this as a side project while pursuing something else that pays the bills has been the most reasonable
makes sense.
course of action at the time. And at this point, I'm at a place where I'm it still exists. So if I want to pick it up at some point, if the landscape is if the opportunity arises, I would be happy to do that. But it's not really something that you can force in a way. You have to kind of hit the right spot for the ecosystem and the environment. Because you need the supplier of the chips, you need the manufacturers, because the hearing aid market, it's not like this is a technology I could be selling to consumers. I would have to sell to the manufacturers.
Interesting.
The manufacturers themselves, and it's 5 to 10 of them in the world. Yeah.
I see.
And let's say you have 10 of them in the world, and they sell in a product, the product cycle of a hearing aid is 5 years. It's every new year you get a new iPhone, every 5 years you get an iteration on the hearing aids. So at 10 manufacturers and 5 years, it's 2 new models a year globally.
It's not really lucrative.
Yeah, it's hard to close, and also you have to close it at the right point in the development cycle when they're finalizing the design and when they're deciding which chips to put in.
Because they build the templates and everything for that, for the manufacturing line.
Yeah,
makes sense. What are you doing now then?
Well, I started freelancing, and I'm still doing that. Works out quite nicely at the moment.
What is it, product design?
It's mostly AI consulting, so software development and consulting. So putting AI and building custom solutions for clients. And that's working really well. I'm working with, mainly in the legal space. There's so much happening there right now with the language models.
Yeah, lawyers, hospitals, all this kind of stuff. AI
Yeah.
Even, I mean, put it this way, even KFC is using AI right now. I think yesterday my brother told me like he called KFC or McDonald's or something like this, and he said they literally used ChatGPT because I could hear it thinking. You know, when that thinking sound?
Yeah.
It's like it was doing that. I'm like,
oh, really? So they just use voice mode or
it
whatever?
seems like they used voice mode or something like this. I'm like, really?
That's fucking
but
awesome.
it seems like everyone's taking the step to try and implement AI for sure, somewhere or the other.
Yeah.
Some haven't figured it out completely yet, but I guess it's a matter of time. For sure, like even us at Plutio trying to do that as well right now, how we can leverage AI, especially that most of the competition in the market, they don't have it yet.
Yeah.
They don't. So that's why it's a good time to try and be the first to implement it, because then you can go out and about and say, this is the future. You know, we're not only competing on features, we're competing on innovation, you know, things like that.
Nice. Tell me about Plutio.
So Plutio is my dog. Plutio Plutio is the business, and it's an all-in-one business management platform. So it has invoicing, contracts, proposals, you name it, we have it. I don't really work there anymore. I've handed it over to the team and a new COO. And right now I'm just working at ClickUp full time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And didn't ClickUp buy Plutio?
They did. Technically speaking.
Okay.
Yeah. Obviously, long story short, it was more of a talent acquisition as opposed to acquiring the company. So I was able to retain the company.
Okay.
As long as we don't compete directly with ClickUp.
Okay. So you're still like the CEO of the company. Okay, check what that is. Probably your shake.
Probably.
Let's see. Hello. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much. These are really nice, by the way. You should eat them before they go.
Oh, really? Yeah. The grapes? Nice. What a life, how you just order food and it comes straight to your door.
No, right? I don't even know what it is. Oh, this is cool.
It comes in a can.
This is super cool.
Nice.
Right? Never seen that before.
Awesome.
Do you mind?
Yeah, of course. Go ahead. We can do whatever. If anything is like not really suitable, I just cut it out.
It is
the grapes are actually really good. It's something that in Europe, or at least in Austria, I mean, you can order food like that, but I have never seen it in the way that how affordable and convenient it is as in some other countries.
I think the delivery fees and service fees all cost quite a lot, don't they?
Yeah, sometimes you have to spend a lot of money. You can just order one thing. Sometimes there's not even an option to like pay for delivery. You have to spend a minimum amount.
Yeah, I remember these. Even in London it was like that actually. It was very expensive, and in the States, forget it.
Yeah.
Ridiculously expensive because you also have to tip on top of that, like
yeah.
It's like I remember ordering this breakfast burrito with a cup of coffee or something like this, and it cost me like $30-40, something like that, for just a breakfast burrito. Shit. And it was because delivery and the taxes and then the tip on top.
Yeah,
it all adds up. It's nuts, absolutely nuts.
Yeah, it's not something whereas in Bali you can just eat off of Grab. You just order every day, and that's your life. I mean,
you're making me miss Bali for sure. Maybe I come back with you.
I miss it.
When
I
is
miss
your
it
flight?
so much. Yeah, my flight is tomorrow.
What time?
3:30 in the morning.
Okay, no. Not that.
I imagine there's another one at 9, but you should definitely come back.
Emirates,
yeah.
They only have 2.
Yeah,
I even remember the times. 3 at 9.
Yeah. The 3:30 is like the one where I'm. It's not convenient in a way that it's a nice experience, but I can just fuck off at night tomorrow. I go to the airport and I arrive in the afternoon in Bali, and there's still something to do with the day. Otherwise, I have to fly in the morning, and it's a whole day that's gone. And this way, it's like at least a third of a day that I still keep.
Yeah, I traveled with Qatar as well to Bali, and actually, I remember when I traveled with Qatar, I did not have jet lag at all. With Emirates, I did. So I think there was something with the timing. Qatar worked so well.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. No jet lag. Have you flown with them to Bali before from Dubai?
No, I didn't even know. I only you have a stop in the middle.
You go to Qatar.
Yeah.
It's only 1 hour from here.
Oh, okay.
So like you don't really feel it. 40 minutes actually.
Okay.
From here to Qatar, you do the transit thing and then you're in. But it was so nice.
Okay.
I think I prefer it on Emirates, even though Emirates is direct. But the timing was good.
I've got to try it then, because I always took Emirates because I just put on the filter for
direct.
no stops, direct flights,
Yeah.
and then that's the only one that shows up.
Yeah, but this one is Honestly, it's just 40 minutes.
Yeah, that doesn't really. I mean, yeah.
It's like you're still at the airport.
Yeah,
doing
pretty
your
much.
thing, you know.
Pretty much. It basically it adds like an hour and a half, maybe, to the whole
2
time.
hours max.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I found it. It helps with jet lag.
Okay. Also,
I don't know.
is it just a nicer plane or a nicer experience there?
Maybe the timing when you travel and how you know.
Yeah, could be.
Because if I don't know. I need to figure it out for sure. Because last time I flew with Emirates. It was not good in terms of jet lag.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the airline. I'm talking about like you arriving and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I remember Qatar. I had 0 jet lag. But my friend did have a jet lag. So maybe it was just me at some point going. Maybe it was just a mental thing.
Could be whatever state you were in when you took the flight, and
maybe.
like if you had a couple of if you had a night out before, even a couple of nights ago, it could still have an impact.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah. I once had 2 weeks of jet lag when I came back from San Francisco to Europe.
2 weeks.
2 weeks took me to like I would fall asleep at 9 a.m. and sleep the whole day, and I would be awake all night. It was fucked.
Sometimes I actually like jet lags because you get to wake up at 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning without forcing yourself.
Yeah,
it's so nice. I remember when I used to come from San Diego down back here to Dubai. I wake up, actually earlier. I wake up 3 or 2 a.m. And I go to the gym. There is only a couple of gyms open 24/7, and there's only a couple of restaurants open 24/7. Some of them were on the JBR, just around there, and it's buzzing. So I'd actually go and work from these restaurants on the beach side at like 2, 3, 4 a.m. in the morning after the gym, and there are people around. They're eating, they're walking.
Oh, nice.
It's like it's 4 a.m. in the morning. It's amazing.
Crazy.
I really liked it. But then when somehow the jet lag fixes itself and you start waking up at 7, 9.
Yeah, like goes back to your natural.
I don't know. Yeah, I prefer the early mornings.
Yeah,
but I can't keep it. I don't know why.
It's so crazy. I can only keep it in Bali. In Bali, I wake up at 5:30 without any alarm, just by myself. Yeah, but as soon as I go back, even here, it just normalizes to whatever, like 7, 8.
Interesting.
I don't know what it is. I feel like in Bali, it's a lot of like the flow of life there, lifestyle.
So you being in Bali right now, is it for try and get back on track in terms of business?
I mean, I am on track. It was last year, definitely. Let's put it that way. It was a way to take a step back and think about where I want to go, and things started falling into place from that moment on. Like in terms of business, in terms of like a lot of friendships, a lot of things just sorted themselves out. Starting the time I went to Bali, and went back to Austria because I had to take care of a few things, had some things that I had to do. And when I got back, like still things keep improving. So
interesting. Yeah. So initially it was for that though, yeah.
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 Makes sense.
Yeah.
It's a good place to do that for sure.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of people in Bali who are coming with, not the people who come for a vacation for a couple of weeks, but people who just go there nomading and stay for a couple of months. Bali has this kind of vibe where it makes it so much easier to be who you are, like to be yourself. There's no one judging you for anything. It feels like that at least.
It does. Yeah, no, it does. And everyone there is fit.
Yeah.
By default.
Yeah. It's just everybody's a fucking athlete. It's crazy.
It is.
Yeah. It's motivating for sure. Yeah. To be in that kind of environment. Yeah. And then it offers you these spaces like Nirvana, for example. Have you been?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once.
Yeah.
At the very end. And this is like a dream gem.
Yeah.
I always was like, why gyms don't allow you to just be free?
Yeah.
You know, take your shoes off, take your top off, to whatever.
Yeah.
And that was the only gym that allowed it. And I'm like, it exists.
Yeah.
I just never knew about it before.
Yeah, and
but I think that was the only gym in Bali that.
I think so. It's the only gym where you can train without a shirt.
Yeah.
I think
or shoes.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
It's kind of cool. Very, very cool.
Also, the saunas, the pool landscape. It's one of those places where it's like, this is too good. It's so good that every time I go, I get a membership there, I just vanish from the rest of Bali. I'm just not there anymore. I just go to Nirvana every day.
Yeah, I've not actually tried the recovery there, only the gym. It was the last day in Bali. Yeah.
Ah, okay. You really have to try the recovery, because when I went there, I went for a whole month, and it's so funny when I talk to people I knew from that, like I was like doing a lot of stuff with at that time. They all like, well, Andreas just vanished. He was just gone for a month.
You'll find him in a sauna room in Nirvana. You would find him in a sauna room.
Yeah, pretty much. And also you can work there. There's like the co-working space. Yeah.
Wait, co-working space?
Yeah, I mean it's kind of a silent co-working space. So you sit in a it's the cafe.
Is it the one between the swimming pool and the calisthenics outside?
No, not really.
Oh, really?
I mean you can work there as well, but it's especially during like around noon lunchtime. It's way too hot. But there's an actually air-conditioned co-working space on top of the cafe that is totally silent. You're not allowed to speak.
Really?
Yeah, so you can sit there in silence with like 20 other people and everybody's just focused on what they do, and that creates this vibe where it's just so much easier to work. And if you want to order a coffee, you press a button. Someone comes and then you just show them on the menu what you want, and they get it for you.
I love that.
It's fucking amazing.
I need to try that for sure.
Definitely, you have to. It's too good. It's so good that actually they should raise prices because it gets crowded. That's like the only bad thing you can say about the place is it's too crowded.
Because it's too good.
Yeah, for sure.
And relatively affordable, honestly.
It is. It's not much more expensive than the other premium gyms, but you get the co-working, you get all of that, and yeah.
Maybe that'll be the next gym I'll subscribe to when I'm in Bali for sure.
Yeah, definitely you should try it. I like the monthly. I did a week once, but the week is almost as expensive as the month, so you just can go for it.
Did you find it that healthcare in Bali is not as good as people say?
I do not have experience with healthcare, but it is. I mean, my experience with healthcare extends to the point where I was in an accident a year ago, and I had, like, the other person involved it was a bike accident, and the other person was a British tourist, and she was pretty badly hurt. So I kind of saw it from her perspective because we stayed in touch after, and it was like the bare bones minimum in terms of, like, she got taken care of, and it wasn't very affordable because you had to pay everything herself because the insurance didn't cover it because of like some loophole or whatever. Her license wasn't valid or whatever, something like that. And but from everything, like, also Claudia recently got like an injury, so I told her to actually get a proper hospital, get out of Bali, go to Singapore, go to KL, because that's what I would do if it was really about something important. Because the one of the big problems, and I think they're opening a clinic now where they allow for the first time that outside doctors can come and work there, because usually it's been that I've been told that they only have local doctors, and then you're basically hinging on the education system of Indonesia. And you're not getting that mix of talent from other countries. That's very
interesting, because you're right, I did not see any foreign doctors in Bali.
Yeah. No, apparently there's one clinic now that offers that. And I can see why, because a lot of tourists probably want that.
I mean, there's a new big hospital opening up. Hopefully if it did, that'd be a game changer.
Yeah, for sure. I hope they do. What's your experience? Have you had any issues?
I did have an accident, actually, a bike accident. Last time I was in Bali. I tried to take over and I fell into a ditch, completely my fault.
Oh shit, okay.
Yeah, scrapped my left leg and all that, and then ended up in a small clinic in the middle of nowhere, in someone's house. But it's like the room was kind of hospitalized, and he was a doctor.
Okay.
It was okay, like, cleaned you up, added the stuff. It wasn't crazy, but also I didn't have like deep injuries or anything like this, or broken bones. It was mostly scrapes, you know?
Yeah.
So I can't really tell. I also can't really judge. Yeah. But the time before that, I did end up in the hospital because of Bali belly, and they gave me what do you call them? The IV drips.
Oh yeah.
For 24 hours, but she injected me wrong, and she gave me a blood clot, which then escalated to a lot of stuff. So be careful.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
That is something that, just hearing that, I'm not going into any hospital in Bali anymore.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it for anything like that, honestly. I would go somewhere else if you have some, like, if it's, if it's small stuff, it's fine. But injections and things like that, just go somewhere else entirely.
Yeah, I had some experience with that recently when I got dengue.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I got dengue the day of, like, 24th of December last year. And I had a flight and a visa run on the 1st of January. So I had to leave the country 7 days later, and I got dengue that day. I was fucked. It was really fucked. But
isn't that, like, deadly?
It can be in very, like, people overstate how deadly it actually is, because it can be very deadly if you're not getting treatment. But with at least a minimum amount of treatment, it's just a very shitty experience for 1 or 2 weeks. So especially when you get it the second time, because it gets worse progressively every time you get it. Yeah.
Not better?
No. Interestingly enough, I do not fully understand how the mechanism works, but apparently it's something where your immune system gets hyperactive, and then you develop way too strong a fever the second time you get it. Something like that. And also it mutates a little bit, like the flu, for example. So every time you get it, it's probably a slightly different strain, so your immune response isn't as effective as it should be. And which is also why when you get the vaccine, it's much like the COVID vaccine that at least doesn't, I mean, there's a lot of like fucking discussion about that topic, but it's one of those vaccines that just limits the severity of the disease. It doesn't help you from getting it. So
I did not know that.
Yeah, it was shit. I lost in 1 week. The good thing is for me this time, it was my first time. I got over it in 1 week. So the day I had to fly out of Bali, it was the first day I was not having fever anymore. It was like insane timing.
What was like the highlight of it? What did you feel like? Just fever and tired.
Fever, yeah, terrible fever and pain, like whole body pain. Like the eyes hurt, all the joints hurt, all the muscles hurt.
Wow.
Everything you eat tastes like shit. Like literally, it tasted like metal. Whatever I ate.
Really?
Yeah, I ordered. One day I ordered from 3 different places,
Same
3 different meals. Everything tasted like metal. I could not eat that. I had to give it all to my roommate. So at least it gets used up. But it's
crazy.
Yeah.
And you get it from mosquito.
Yeah. You just get. It's a lottery. You just get stung and then you get it at some point. So I'm definitely gonna get the vaccine. Because I was holding out on any of those vaccines that are not really super mandatory. And I thought this was one of the things where if it doesn't kill me, why would I get a vaccine? And at that point, I'm like, okay. And then I hear stories from Arvin, for example, who suffered so bad he had to fly back home to the Netherlands.
To recover.
Yeah, because like he couldn't stay in Bali anymore. And they also give you like one of the most important treatment steps that you get. That you have to take is you have to get injections and you have to get IV drips with like a lot of, because you lose so much water because of all the fever and everything, and because also it's really hard to ingest anything. So you get those IV drips, and I ordered. I mean, usually they take you to the hospital and then you get that there. But I wouldn't go to the hospital because I knew I had to leave the country in a couple of days, so I didn't want to have that whole hassle. And so I just had a doctor come to my place, and it was the doctor first day and then the nurse every day, giving me drips.
So you were on the IV drip for a while?
Yeah, every day, like an hour. Yeah.
Good, you had a good nurse.
yeah, they were, I mean, it was a pretty interesting experience to have that kind of a home visit hospital
You don't
thing.
get that in Europe?
No. I mean, you can get it in very rare cases, but usually they take you to the hospital and they won't let you go unless you're really good to go. And it was also one of my things, like, I would have flown with fever because it's not contagious. It's just a shitty experience for me. But I wouldn't stay and overstay my visa because...
What would happen if you overstayed?
I mean, if it's just a couple of days, you pay $1 million a day in fines.
That's it?
Yeah.
But they won't ban you or anything like this?
I mean, if you stay too long, you can actually... It can have an effect on the chance of your next visa to get approved. So it can have a negative impact long term.
But technically, you can just keep doing the run thing? Out and in? Really?
Yeah, you can do it as much as you like. Just fly every 60 days, you just fly to KL for a night. Even you can just fly out in the morning and come back at night. It's technically, I mean, there's some things where at some point people are going to start asking questions. For example, Singapore, as far as I know, does not like people going there for a visa run. So if you just fly there and then you fly back, I don't know what they would do about it, but I've been told that that's something that they would, at some point they would give you trouble when you try to enter the...
And I assume a lot of people actually go to Singapore from Bali.
Yeah, I mean, Singapore and KL are the first stops.
Kuala Lumpur?
Yeah, Kuala Lumpur is like, it's like the poster child visa run stop, because you just fly out for 2 hours or whatever. It costs next to nothing, and it's super affordable to stay there as well. And that's where I went in January as well.
Have you been anywhere else in Bali apart from Canggu? Like
living?
Yeah.
I stayed in Lovina for a week, like not a holiday, just I stayed there and worked from there, which I wouldn't recommend because there's nothing. It's like just a couple of cafes and that's it.
It's not the same vibe as Canggu?
No, there's no vibe there.
Really?
There's no nomads, you don't meet anybody.
You been to Vietnam or anything like this?
I have not been to Vietnam, no. Have you?
No, not yet.
I hear a lot of good things about it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to figure out if Bali is genuinely the place or is it something else that we just haven't seen, you know?
Oh yeah. There's always the unknown unknowns, right? What you don't know.
Yeah.
What are you thinking about?
I want to kind of like move somewhere like there, but Bali is super nice. The community is amazing, but long term, it's not healthy for you because of the pollution. And I'm not saying here is as it's everywhere pretty much, the pollution, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, Dubai at least, it's cleaned up in a way. There's no trash on the streets and stuff. But in terms of health, I mean, it's a car city. So.
I mean, there is a bike city.
Yeah.
And all the bikes are on diesel or something. Or petrol. I mean,
they all run on petrol, but bikes have like a very shitty emissions profile. So you get, especially if you're in the traffic jams.
The amount of times I get these bursts of air in my face.
Yeah.
And I was like, man.
it's
like
not.
you basically smoked for an entire week.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just breathe all that in.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
It's like secondhand smoking all the time when you're on the streets.
Because it does affect you. You don't have to smoke it directly. Actually inhaling that toxic air is kind of the same thing, I guess.
It is. I remember reading studies about this. I mean, not a study, but reading of studies about this, where there is a lot of negative effects due to air pollution from combustion engines. And there is some, I don't know, I couldn't remember, but there's some amount of years of life that in Western civilization you lose because of all the car exhaust. And I imagine that in a place like Bali, it's probably supercharged.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's
for sure.
That's a definite point, but it feels like any developing nation that you go to will have that.
I mean, do you think that there is smog is from pollution?
Doesn't look like it to me, honestly.
What does it look like?
I mean, this looks like looks
it's not
pretty
cloudy.
Intense. Yeah, it looks like humidity, honestly.
Is it humid now?
It could be. I mean, over there, like that's the marina. It's quite a few kilometers away, so it could very well be that it's raining over there, actually, at the moment.
Really?
Yeah, it could be, because this is pretty
intense.
If it was pollution, I think it would be darker. Wouldn't, because the thing is, when you get white smoke or when you get clouds, the water refracts the light in a it refracts the light, so that's why you get the white haze. But smoke and actual particles, they block the light, so it's darker.
A bit darker.
Yeah. So that's when you look at LA, it's insane how you see this dark haze covering the city.
That's crazy. I've not seen that before, actually. You lived in LA, right?
No. I stayed in San Francisco for a month, and that's basically my experience of California. Yeah, pretty much.
San Francisco.
Yeah, classic city. Have you?
I only been for a couple of days, and I saw the worst part of it, honestly. Not the good parts. Didn't have the chance to look at the good parts.
Okay.
But we drove by this zombie city, you know.
Yeah, the tent city.
You've tried it?
Yeah, I've been there. I walked past it.
It's like, I don't know, vomit on the floor, blood everywhere.
Yeah, everybody's shitting everywhere. It's fucking insane.
I wonder if it's the same right now, but yeah, it was not it was not a good experience.
I felt the same about those parts. I always say San Francisco is one of the most terrible, beautiful cities in the world. It is a beautiful city, but it's just being run down so badly.
I didn't see that part of it yet. Maybe next time I'll go definitely to the good parts.
It's Golden Gate Bridge. The north of Golden Gate Bridge is a very nice area. But anything like in the center of the city is terrible.
Really?
Yeah.
Downtowns usually.
Yeah, especially Tenderloin is one of the parts where you're not supposed to go at all, because you never know what happens. It's filled with drug addicts, and you see all like zombie city. Yeah.
Have you been to New York?
No, I've not. It's one of the top cities on my list.
It's my favorite.
Yeah?
Yeah, New York is amazing.
How long have you been there?
I stayed for a month and a half or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Last time I was there. Yeah, it was something else, for sure.
What do you like about New York?
People, there's everyone you can think of. Literally anyone and everyone you can think of is in New York. It's buzzing all the time. There's something to do all the time. Just the vibe in general, you know? It's like Bali, Dubai, London all come together.
Interesting. Interesting. I haven't been much in London. What's the vibe there like? And how did it change? Because you spent 8 years there, right?
Yeah, London changed. Now it's not the same.
How so?
It's a different topic entirely. Yeah. But yeah, London is not the same anymore. It's not as safe as it used to be. For sure. And you can feel it, you can feel the difference.
Yeah?
Yeah, for sure.
What's the difference? I mean, how does it feel?
And even like if you just walk around right now, most of the shops in central London, they would have these signs put up saying, you know, be careful, there's pocket pickers or something like that in action. You know, just keep reading these things all over the place.
Yeah.
Just keeps you at an alert.
Yeah.
You know, you're always alerted, like always anxious something might happen. Didn't have any of that before, but now there's a lot of stabbing, there's a lot of theft. Yeah, you look behind, you know, behind your shoulder all the time, and it's super expensive.
Yeah.
I don't know, but maybe after seeing places like Bali, and Dubai, you're like, the quality of life is so much better for so much less.
Yeah.
You know?
You think even in Dubai, how is Dubai in terms of quality of life here? I imagine definitely on par with any place in the world, but in terms of price-wise, is London more expensive or?
London more expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Wow.
London way more expensive. And remember, you get to keep your taxes here.
That's a big part.
London, you spend what, 30-40% of your taxes.
Yeah, that's insane. Are you a tax resident in Dubai?
Yeah.
Ah, great. Yeah.
You have to be.
Yeah. I mean,
I love Dubai for that, honestly.
Yeah. It leaves. That's a lot of that. That alone is a big reason for people to come here.
I mean, if you honestly think about it, it's beyond just convenience. It's you go to the store and you can literally get anything you can imagine. The best quality of anything. You know, they have it. So nothing is in a shortage. And it doesn't take you like you don't have to fight for it in a way. And it's there, you know, everywhere by default. Healthcare is amazing, food is amazing, grocery stores are packed with things. Transportation, you know, everything. It's just there. It's still honestly small though. Like you can explore it in a couple of days, and this is it. What else to do?
The last week we've basically been on like traveling every day, traveling the city, and it still feels like I've not even seen half of it.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm biased because I was here for a while.
Could be. Yeah. Imagine if you spend here longer. If you spread it across a couple of months, definitely feels different. But it is an insane example of what's possible. How society can work. It's like crime is also super low, right?
Yeah, very low. It's very safe. I keep my car open all the time with the key inside.
Really?
I've never taken the key with me, not one time. Not once. And I had the car for 3-4 months now. Always
Fucking
like
crazy.
doors open, keys inside in the middle.
And no one ever tried.
To be fair, also the car doesn't feel like it's open.
Okay, yeah.
But
yeah, still.
No one even attempted to.
I mean, in San Francisco, people have literal signs in their on their side windows saying nothing inside, don't break in.
Or keep their doors windows open.
Yeah, it's insane. So what car do you drive now?
It's a Lotus 24.
Nice.
Lotus Amira.
How did you decide to buy that? What was the options? What was the buying process?
Very impulsive. I rented the car first because I was here as a nomad before I moved in. So I was in a hotel, rented the car. I rented a Lotus Amira. Used it for a month, but it was like 20,000-30,000 dirhams a month for the car. I'm like, it's far too much. And my brother was like, you can actually spend that as a deposit on the car.
Yeah.
So we did that. I just bought the same exact car. Yeah, but it was impulsive.
Well, I mean, you happy with the car?
I'm happy with the car just now that I bought a car and I rented a place. It's supposed to be like where you buy a place and then rent a car until you can buy a car. But I did it the other way around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
So that's the only reason. But Dubai is a car city. You need the car. And if you're going to be driving most of the time here, it might as well be a car that you're going to enjoy driving.
Yeah.
You know?
Why did you rent a place and not buy one? Or what was the logic behind that? Because I feel like it would be the same logic as for the car, right?
Yeah. If I wanted to buy a place, but I didn't actually want to buy 4 walls. I don't want to buy a normal studio or 1-bedroom or 2-bedroom apartment. I don't want to buy an apartment or a villa or something. I want it to build my own thing.
Okay.
So, but I can't do that right now. So just renting it for now.
So what do you want to build?
A cave.
A cave?
Yeah, definitely build a cave.
Bat cave?
Something like that.
Yeah?
Yeah, a combination of nature and modern architecture.
Okay.
But I can't just do that anywhere. You have to. Yeah. So I'm waiting until we IPO, hopefully, and then can build the cave. But that was the reason, honestly. Just yeah, I think is buying something, especially here as well. It's just for walls,
Mm-hmm.
you know. I don't like that. If it's a place
yeah.
you're gonna live in for a while,
Yeah, you want it to be your thing.
your thing.
Mm-hmm.
If it's your place,
Yeah.
you're gonna live there.
Yeah.
Make it yours. As long as I rent, I try to make it mine in a way, but still.
Mm. It's also easier, I suppose, to sell a car than a place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Car is cheaper than the place.
yeah.
Well, actually, not really. But
Well, depends on the car, I guess.
yeah. Honestly, thinking about it, the car is the same amount of it's the same. Yeah. I should go a place.
Well, I mean, if it's fun, what are you making money for if not for like some enjoyment in life, I guess.
Yeah, but it's also good to figure out where your money is going and how you're spending it.
Yeah.
I made huge mistakes of putting the money in the wrong places.
Okay.
But now learned the lesson, hopefully. I'm
How
sure
do
you've gone through that before as well.
Yeah.
You made
Yeah.
some good money and then you just like
Oh,
spent it on stuff and like, where did it go?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I know that feeling for sure. How do you manage that now? How do you manage your...
By being aware of like being aware of how much I have and what am I spending it on.
Mm-hmm.
So before I would be, I don't know, walking in a mall and then someone would say, oh, here is an iron, like a portable iron. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
cool, buy it. Without even looking. You know what I mean?
Like an ironing
Yeah,
to
like
iron a shirt?
Yeah, but it's like an example, like anyone would sell you
Yeah.
anything and
Yeah.
just take it. You don't even negotiate, you don't even
Yeah, you don't even think about it.
you don't even think
Yeah.
about. And it's not until when I rented this place, I tried to furnish it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was dealing with everyone in dirhams, not in USD, and I did
Mhm.
not value the dirhams. So you say
Mhm.
10,000 dirhams, I'm like, okay, sure. But actually, in US, it's
Yeah.
like $3,000.
Yeah.
But I didn't see it like that.
Mm-hmm.
So because everyone was quoting me in dirhams, and I didn't connect the dots, and like, oh, I should actually convert it to, USD. But I didn't. A month later, after furnishing it, the entire place, I spent $120,000 furnishing a place. That could have been a deposit on the house.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what the fuck did I just do? And I looked through the spreadsheet of everything that we bought, and it was disappointing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like painting a wall, $3,000.
That's a fucking...
Yeah, and this is just one example of the things that I did.
Yeah.
Getting a water filter machine for 8,000 dirhams, which is roughly like $2,000, $3,000.
Mm-hmm.
So before you know it, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
That's
1, 2, 3, it adds up and it becomes 100. And I'm like, shit, I've just spent $100,000 like that on renting on a place that's not even mine.
Yeah.
So that moment onward, I'm like, here's the money I have, and here's how, like, I started being more aware of it,
Mhm.
and I question it.
Mm-hmm.
What is the dirham in the US dollars? How much does this actually cost?
Mm-hmm.
So I've gone through this phase where you don't care, but if you don't care, you will eventually destroy its value.
Yeah.
So it doesn't become valuable anymore, and that's when you lose it.
Yeah.
So now I kind of build that understanding of value again.
Mm-hmm.
Like I value what I have, the money that I have.
Yeah.
I need to take care of it in that sense, or just be aware of where I'm spending it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, because right now it's only I think it's more about the value of money to yourself.
Yeah.
You know.
How did that come about? Because I imagine you had to, when you have that realization of looking at the bill and all the stuff that you spent, being a successful self-employed startup founder or whatever, how did that shift come about in your mind? To go from, I don't fucking care, to, well, wait a minute, that's actually a shitload of money that other people work a long time for.
Yeah, it's, yeah. It is funny because what happened actually in a sense, when I spent that amount of money, I looked at what I spent it on, and it's like someone, how do you say it? It's like someone, there's a word for it, but not lied to you, but played you.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, here is a TV for $100,000, and a TV is only really worth $2,000.
Mm-hmm.
But you paid $100,000 for it. You feel stupid. You feel like, I'm being
cheated.
So in a way, I felt that in a way. I felt I felt
taken advantage of.
Yes, but no, actually no, because it's all on me in a way, I could have negotiated, I could have bargained, I could have found someone else who can do it for a bit cheaper for the same quality. I could have done a lot of stuff. So it was all on me. It was not on anyone else. So it's not about feeling taken advantage of. It's more about feeling irresponsible with the money that I had, though I worked hard for, and I treated it like it was nothing.
Yeah.
But it's not until then that I felt like, that hard work, it was just like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I can definitely relate to that. I mean,
you've gone through the same thing.
Yeah, very similar. Not I didn't blow that much, but I think it's all like, relative in some way. So I've had this experience of coming to any significant amount of money in my life for the first time when I was 26, because I went on a TV show and I won some money. And a year later, half of it was gone. The other half I put in an investment that had just lost like 30% of its value. And I was like feeling really much in the same way, because it's also like, exactly as you said, it's all on you. Like, you did all those choices. And
it's the choices you make, right? But again, in a way, I'm not sure if this is like us lying to ourselves or trying to comfort ourselves, but in a way I look at it like, I'm kind of glad it happened now and it happened with that amount, because hopefully when you make more, you're not going to lose $1 million. You just lost 100,000, not $1 million. But now when you get the million, you kind of like, I know how to deal with it, or how to value it.
For sure. I think there's a lot of lessons in that as well.
Yeah,
it's good that like the way to think about it in this, to be as conscious about it and to take the lessons that come from an experience like that. I think that's very important, because there's like this insane statistic how many people who win the lottery end up broke again a couple of years later.
Yeah, I was talking about this to a friend the other day. I'm like, man, the amount of people who actually won the lottery and then a year later it's gone. But how? You're talking about not 1 or 2 million, you're talking about like 50 to 100 million, which is a ridiculous amount of money. So it's also, I think it's about built up for it. If you get something handed over to you for the first time, and it's something you would never ever have expected it in your entire life, because you weren't necessarily working towards it, you weren't necessarily seeing it. It wasn't necessarily a goal or something you were looking for. Just it happened. It's like, I don't know, you're the Queen of England tomorrow, for example, right? You would never what? Like, what was expected of me? What am I supposed to do? You kind of go crazy. It's like, okay, I'm just gonna I'm gonna do the biggest coronation. Here is 100 million. You know what I mean? Like, you just try, I don't know. But I feel if you build up for it by making these small mistakes bit by bit as you grow, as you make more money, obviously you're gonna make more mistakes as you go anyway. But if you don't learn through all these mistakes, and even if someone comes and tell you, hey, don't spend it all on whatever, you're going to do it anyway, because you kind of have to go through it to really feel it.
Definitely.
You can never comprehend. So like when a pregnant woman comes to you and say, look, it is painful to give birth, I'm like, yeah, okay, sure, but actually going through it, that's the only way to really comprehend what she's on about. The same thing with everything else, with having a lot of money or nothing.
Pretty much. You have to, it has to be this visceral feeling that seeps like from some subconscious part, probably. There's so much of our subconsciousness that influences decision making. Story
and experiences, you can be told a story and you're like, oh, this is cool, this is whatever, or you can go through the experience itself. And that's when you really build up your character, you build up your defense mechanism or whatever that helps you,
you character development, and you acquire or practice the skills necessary in those situations.
As long as you're aware of it all, because like, yes, you made a mistake now, you make $1 million in a few years, you could do the same mistake where you spend that $1 million on stupid stuff. But as long as you're aware of your past and your roots and how you got there, and you don't forget that, and you reflect. It's all about honestly taking a step back and reflect on what you've gone through, what your goals are, and things like that, because that keeps you on track and keeps you true to yourself and to what you learned, honestly. Because no matter how good you are and how skilled you are or whatever, when you are deep into things, deep in life, deep in whatever, time goes by like this, or you make the same mistakes, because you lose that touch with the past or touch with the experiences before until you really look back at it, if that makes sense. So yeah, being
How
aware.
do you keep track of that?
It's a good question. I've never really thought about it, but I guess I haven't gone past it so far yet. You know, like I'm not a multi-millionaire or billionaire yet or anything like this. Haven't reached a significant next level, if you will. But I guess it's yeah, I don't know.
Do you journal, or do you like do anything of those things?
I tried, but it's not something I were able to continue.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay. Do you have like, how do you keep track of like your assets, your wealth? Do you have like a spreadsheet where you put anything in, or an app or something?
No, I don't. And there's a spreadsheet that tells me how much cash still is in the bank accounts and the cards and credit cards, all this kind of stuff. How much money I've actually spent this month, how much money left. So that all happened after that incident with the rent, furnishing the place. But now it's all documented, and I take a look at it. It's like, okay, this month I saved that amount of money. Good. Let's try and aim for more next month. And things like that. It's like having it in front of you and documented helps.
Yeah, that makes a ton of a difference.
And away from bank accounts, but your own spreadsheet.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, if you just see it in the bank accounts, it's not the same as having everything in one place.
Exactly.
And you see the progression over time as well. Because in a bank account, like, I don't know actually any bank that shows you like a progression of your expenses over time, or progression of your wealth, or whatever. Like you would see for a stock chart or any other.
Monzo does this actually, which is kind of cool.
Monzo?
Monzo is a UK.
The bank you use?
No, I used to use them.
Okay.
But in Dubai, but almost all the traditional banks, they don't do that. But I guess why would they do that? Because if they do that, it's not good for them.
Yeah.
You know, because it shows you how much money you're spending, and then you're like, oh, I should not be spending that much money. But I think Monzo was built for that reason. It's like built to help you manage your money in this sense, as opposed to keeping your money, you know, which most banks do anyway. So that's why it's a good idea to take all of that calculations outside of your banks into another place.
Yeah. Also, you can compile all the, like, any kind of, if you have a crypto deposit, if you have like a stock portfolio, whatever you have, you can put all of that into that spreadsheet. Yeah,
I've done none of that, but hopefully I'm going to start getting into that soon.
Yeah. Never done investments or anything?
No. Yeah, I'm speaking to a friend soon about cryptos and things like that to try and get into that for the first time. The only investment that I've ever done is just investing the money back into Plutio. Okay. Back when I had it, but not anymore.
You said when you had it, you still kind of have it though, right?
Still have it, but I shouldn't say that. in a way, you know, because I'm not there anymore. Okay.
So you're just owning, you've completed the transition from the founder operator to the owner.
For me, once a founder, always a founder. It's just now I'm in a journey in the next chapter, and every chapter has a beginning and an end. Yeah. Now I'm in a chapter that just started like 2 years ago. Okay. And I anticipate for it to keep going for a while, but there's an end for that chapter at some point, of course. At the end of the day, it's not really my journey, it's not my story, it's someone else's, and I'm just part of it. I'm happy to be part of it for sure, but it's just not mine, you know. Yeah. And hopefully after that, I'll go back to writing my own book, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Like your own chapter, your own story. But yeah.
What's the biggest difference, or what changed the most from going from being purely self-employed to working for ClickUp?
Thinking that I can still do it all on my own. Thinking that you can still do everything by yourself. But that is an illusion. You might be able to do that as a startup, as a small founder, as an indie hacker. You can design the brand, build the app, build the website, do the marketing, if you will. Can do pretty much, most of us do it all, you know, indie hackers and founders, they do everything. You wear all these hats. But when you're a corporation, like $1 billion company and thousands of employees, different departments, different teams, you cannot do it. You can't do everything on your own. Yeah. You just can't. And if you try, you'll burn to death in that sense. You'll burn out for sure. That's one of the things that I realized. It took me a few months to realize. I tried to do everything on my own. It's like I tried to be everywhere and do all that kind of stuff. And I was in an unknown territory. I've never been in a corporation settings before, you know. The terms they use, the workflows, processes, like all these kind of stuff, the goals, you know, you're talking about millions, hundreds of millions in terms of goals. And as a startup, you were just trying to think of how can I get my next $1,000 added to my MRR. So it's a different ball game entirely in every aspect, you know. And it's not until I actually got burnt out trying to do everything at ClickUp, I was like, man, I don't think I can do this. It's not the same. It's definitely not the same. So don't kid yourself. You can do it on your own. You definitely have to learn how to teamwork. I'm still struggling with that, for sure. But yeah, that's one thing to be aware of.
Yeah, that sounds very relatable, I would say. I think, I mean, I can understand. I think where that stark difference comes from. I've done I've done the opposite. I've been working in corporate, and then I went to the startup life, doing everything by myself, and I still do, to be honest.
Did you do things by yourself before?
Like I mean, everything? Yeah. I mean, I've always been like hacking small things next to studying at university and stuff like that. I never really nailed the marketing side of anything I did, so I just built some shit and nobody ever used it, or hardly anyone. But I really got slapped in the face by the realization that you can't just build stuff; you have to also sell them. With my startup,
you have to sell it.
Yeah. How did you go about selling when you started out with how do you pronounce it? Plutio. When you started out with Plutio, how did you go about the marketing and sales side of it?
The only thing I did was AppSumo. I just launched it on AppSumo.
Okay.
That's the only thing I did.
Okay.
And that's how I guess a lot of people started to know about us and grow through word of mouth and things like that. I just never done any marketing beyond that. Yeah.
Wow.
I should have, but I never did.
What would you do differently now?
I would definitely focus more on the marketing side, in a sense where collaborate with a couple influencers, do more SEO templates, try and experiment with ads to some capacity, to some degree. Just explore different channels in which it can bring you more customers. You know, post on Twitter, LinkedIn, you name it. But I never done any of that. So.
Wow. It's very impressive to just go, like, what was the delivery method of your value? Was it a web-based application or a native tool?
It was, yeah. It was web-based for sure. Still is. It's the majority of it is web-based. Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's this saying where build something great and people will find you. It's kind of true to some degree, but they might find you. They might some of them, not even all of them. It's like some people might find you, but it's very rare that you would grow a business out of that. Yeah. You can't just build something great and keep it in the shadow. You have to figure out a way to show it to the world.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, I guess that's one of the mistakes that I've done, is just building it, thinking like people will find it eventually. And I guess because some people found it, a small amount, relatively speaking, a couple of hundreds is nothing. You know, where you can be having millions of users. Yeah. So to me, it was like, oh, people are finding me, so that's fine. It's like you're in a bubble and you get a couple of new customers, like, oh, people are finding us, it's fine. But actually, if you really zoom out and look at it properly, like if it's only 100 people finding us a month, that's a bad thing, not a good thing. You want 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 people finding you every month, you know. But yeah, lesson learned, I guess. And if I start it all over again, definitely balance between the two, marketing and product.
How did you get into coding?
I wanted to build a website to connect veterinarians with dog owners. That was my first website, just building a website to help shelter dogs and things like that. And it kind of pushed me to learn some coding. Yeah, it was back when I was like 14 years old or something like this.
Very early. And then that just launched you into web development? So you did all the front and back end development all yourself?
Mostly front end. I could edit some stuff in the back end, but never really got into servers and you know, this kind of stuff. I worked with someone who can help. Who helped with
Did
that.
you have a co-founder, or did you hire someone?
Not necessarily a co-founder. It was a developer that worked with me ever since, and now he's at ClickUp after the acquisition.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, I never really got into the back end.
Yeah. How did you start out with, like, you started out coding, and how did you start, or how did you get to London? What prompted you to go there from, you said Jordan, right?
Yeah. I was here in Dubai. Went to London because, from what I remember, I mean, I used to play this game called GTA, and I used to play online. And I met this person from the UK, and that's how I actually knew something like the UK existed. I didn't know about any other countries. Really? I didn't know about the US, or I didn't comprehend them.
Okay.
You know, it was like, oh, the UK is the only country. Let's go. So I think that's why I chose it. Okay. Pretty much. Yeah.
What was the environment like that you came from in Jordan? How did you grow up there?
I grew up here in Dubai, not in Jordan. I was only born there. So yeah, I was from here to the UK. It's very interesting. For sure, it's different.
Yeah, I imagine.
hot environment or cold environment and all that.
Yeah, the mindset of the people, I guess.
Yeah, it was very, very different for sure. Very liberating in a way for a while.
Yeah, yeah.
But Dubai is a great place now. It's not like it used to be before.
How was it?
I mean, it was a good place. It's just that for me personally, I didn't feel like I fit.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like an outsider all the time.
Yeah.
Not until I came back here, and then, it changed to the way where it was embracing more business, embracing more innovation, and so on. So I felt more like, oh, I belong here now.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
That it didn't have that back in the day. I don't think.
Okay.
Not that I've seen.
Interesting. What do you think changed, or what prompted the change?
I don't really know.
Is it? You think it's more caused by government, or is it more a natural, organic?
No, it's all about leadership and a vision. And Dubai has incredible leadership, with a vision and openness to innovation, openness to be the best, openness to, working on everything and anything in an urgent sense. It's like, let's build this now. Why not tomorrow? Not tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I think before you know it, in 20, 30 years, it became that. It's hard work. It's not luck. It's
it doesn't come by itself.
You put the vision, you put the work on it, and you can see. Yeah. You can see the difference for sure.
You can also feel it. It's one of those places that has that kind of entrepreneurial vibe.
It does now. Yeah, it does.
For sure.
Obviously, knowing where to go and how to get about, because I still didn't figure that out, but it seems like you have to some capacity. So I should definitely try and mingle more and find all these hubs and places to meet people like you did. That would be amazing.
I mainly did that in Bali. I have limited exposure here in Dubai so far. Yeah. But what do you do then all day if you don't?
I just work.
You just work.
Work out and work.
That sounds awfully familiar. But what's your philosophy? Like, do you rather like to work in your own place, at home?
Yeah.
Or with other people?
I used to co-work quite a lot. But now, just from my own place. You stay focused and separate work from the outside world in a way, to some capacity, Yeah. It's more focused now. I can still do it, but it grew out of that.
Yeah, I can definitely relate to that, because that's been a progression that I think I've made the last year. When I first got to Bali, I wanted to meet as many people as possible, and now I'm like, I have my group of people, and I'm happy to meet anyone new. Like, I'm super open still, but I don't go out of my way anymore. I just go to my cafes that I like. I have a very strict, I would say, routine, and that's how. I mean, that makes time. It feels like it makes time pass even faster, but also you get so much more done.
And if you can be productive for a few hours and get things done, and then you can spend the rest of the day with your friends and doing things without having that pressure of like, oh, I need to get things done.
Yeah.
It helps, because that's how you balance it out. Otherwise, you're going to be working throughout the day. You get the coffee shop and working. Yeah. Or like at a restaurant with your friends and you're on your phone or something like that. So I plan just go home, focus for a few hours, go out, chill, do whatever, come back, focus, and go to sleep or something like that.
Yeah, definitely. Do you have any rituals that help you get into focus or get out of focus again? So one of the things that I find also difficult is not just turning on the machine, but also turning it off again when you're out with friends.
I haven't figured that out.
Yeah.
No.
Always on?
Your brain is always working. For sure.
Yeah.
Yours as well?
I feel like, for me, the only thing that really helps is brutal workouts, like soul-crushingly hard.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I used to do a lot of ultra running. So I would be running like 10, 20K every day.
Wow.
Yeah.
You don't do that anymore?
No, I stopped. I stopped last year.
How come?
I did an ultra in Austria, and I had to how do you say? I had to quit about 85 kilometers in. It was a 106 kilometer mountain run. It was miserable. It was raining the whole time. It was cold as fuck in June. You wouldn't think, but 1st of June, it was 5 degrees. And up on the mountain, it's even colder. And it's just raining. I was like covered in mud because everything is muddy and you slip all the time. Oh, it was, I mean, it was cool for the first 25 kilometers and then it just started, being really shitty. And eventually I went into hypothermia, so I couldn't stop shivering. And I tried to keep moving, actually. I was wrapped in 3 thermal blankets, the silver gold things. I was wrapped in them and I tried to keep going like that with a headlamp because it was already dark out. And I realized I couldn't do it. Like the risk of getting a serious injury for me or someone else, because if I just as much as slip and twist my ankle, and mind you, it was like this deep in the mud, so it's in pitch black darkness. So I figured like I would not want to have anyone have to carry me off of a fucking mountain just because I'm too ego invested in finishing this. So I was like, no, it's a smarter choice. Quit that. Yeah, and it was kind of I always joked that whatever demons made me run that much, they did not survive that endeavor. So ever since, I'm just going to the gym.
But you could still run in a way. You don't have to take it to the extreme.
Yeah, I mean, I run like 5K a week something now. So I run like however I like it.
You tried doing it here?
Yeah, last year.
In Dubai?
Last year I ran a lot in Dubai. This year around I just go to the gym.
Yeah.
And Marina is pretty nice for running.
Yeah, Jebiar, Marina, Jumeirah, all these places.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. Now, what's you just go to the gym, or do you do outside of that?
Yeah. Just go to the gym.
What's the goal?
Stay fit. When you're 30 and after that, your body starts degrading. You gotta keep up, right? So yeah, that's mainly it. Honestly, stay fit. Put some more mass on, just some capacity.
You bulking?
Not necessarily bulking, just lean bulking, if you will.
Okay.
Like growing leanly, without having to eat a lot of bad food or whatever. Taking it slower. Takes longer, but it's healthier, I guess.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, probably. I mean, going into these insane calorie deficits and also surpluses is...
Both extremes are bad.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Just do it gradually, do it slowly.
It's just important to stay fit, to keep fit, to make it a routine that you can keep up for not just a couple of years, but probably decades of your life. Because that's one of the things that I also figured after that insane run is like how much my body suffered in terms of muscle loss from all the running. So I lost a shit ton of weight, and I think like the ratio of muscle to fat of that weight I lost was not very beneficial for me.
Really?
Yeah, I was very light, but I lost a lot of muscle in the let's say last 4 months of training.
You didn't eat properly and things
like
that.
I did eat. I also I worked out, but when you run like 80 to 100 kilometers a week, your body goes into
That's a lot.
Your body goes into this insane stress mode, and it's very hard to maintain any amount of muscle. So I figured, being also over 30 and like in the last, let's say, decade of my life where I can actually like build muscle properly, I might as well make more use of that opportunity and do the same. And
that's what you're doing right now, yeah?
Yeah. I'm bulking and cutting like in cycles.
Okay.
Pretty traditionally.
So slowly. Bulks, but not.
Yeah, I mean, I went pretty quickly. After the run, I was at 65 kilos, and then I bulked up to 72, 73 in a couple of months. And then I lost about 9 kilos. I went down to 9 kilos. I went down to 64 just a couple weeks ago, like 6 weeks ago, and now I'm back to 67.
You're bulking now?
Yeah. I mean, I'm at the end of a brief, like 6-week bulk. So I'm going back to slowly cutting.
So why do you do that?
Because I can't do things in moderation, I think. Like whenever I try to be in just chill and like take it slowly and do exactly the lean bulk, that doesn't really work for me. Also, it might sound like a cop-out, or like a cheap excuse, but I think that just genetically I have a shit ton of the slower muscle fibers, make it easier, like that lets you do things for long distance. But it's always been very hard for me to gain muscle. So I've been working out when I was 16, 17 in the prime age where you should actually be like blowing up as soon as you just touch a weight. I've been working out like 4 times a week, really like religiously, and eating like a maniac, and it just would barely move the needle. To gain a few kilos over a couple of years. So yeah, that's why I'm trying this approach now, and I can definitely see that it works better than the alternative.
Makes sense. That was one of the things that one of the coaches actually advised me to do as well. Not go crazy, just gradually go into cycles instead of just keep bulking for quite a while. Because that also doesn't hurt you as bad. It doesn't hurt you as much if you do it in cycles as opposed to like completely.
Yeah, there's definitely a big mental pain as well once you go from a bulk into a cut, because you're still used to eating those amounts, and all of a sudden it feels like you're cutting out 80% of your food.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's a hard thing, but I think it's I mean, it's so individualistic as well, because everybody has a different kind of metabolism and has to do things differently. So whatever works, I guess, is probably the right thing to do.
Yeah, I think I was in a similar boat to you, where I thought I ate so much and I worked hard so much, and I didn't get any muscle. But I think it comes down to us doing it wrong, thinking that we're doing it right. Maybe.
How so? What did you do wrong in that phase?
I didn't actually eat as much as I thought I should.
Oh, okay. So you overestimated the calories you eat.
I was eating less than I should actually have. Because realistically speaking, if you eat more than what you're able to maintain, you're gonna grow.
Yeah, I mean,
there's no way not to.
Yeah.
You know, it's just impossible.
Yeah.
But it was just like I thought I was eating, but I wasn't. It just I was eating to the level where I was like nearly throwing up. But because that was your limit, keeping you thin as you were.
Yeah.
So you're just fighting to get beyond that, you know, which didn't happen until like recently. Yeah.
So now do you count calories or?
In a way, more of like not count, just you see your body after a couple of weeks, you can see, you know, you've lost or you gained. So you just like that as opposed to counting the calories.
Yeah,
yeah. So yeah.
Do you tie it to like the level of hunger or satiation that you have? Are you like, I feel satiated, but I could eat a bit more, so I will? That kind of a mindset?
I keep it to the meals that I have.
Okay.
You know, I don't really eat more than I.
Do you meal prep or?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that helps a lot.
Yeah,
that gets you very far.
You have like 4 or 5 meals and you just go through them throughout the day.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, you don't have to think about food. You don't have to think or stress out on any of these things. You can just take meal after the meal, you know, and know that they're lean, they're healthy, they're good for you. There are no takeaways, anything like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely see progress. Now I just need to double down on it for sure.
How do you double down? What's the plan?
Double down by actually eating more, because now you've grown to a level you need more food as well. You can't just stay at the same level.
Yeah.
So definitely need more food and stay a bit more focused at the gym. For sure, like push yourself a little bit harder than what you used to before.
Yeah. So you're working with trainers?
I am.
Yeah.
I'm trying to go on my own.
Okay.
Slowly, but yeah.
How does that, like, what's the biggest benefit that you draw from using a trainer or consulting a trainer?
Depends on what you're training for. So now I'm trying to get into kinesthetics and mobility. So getting someone who knows what they're doing can really help make sure you're doing things properly, building the right form, and not wasting your time doing things that is not going to actually get you moving or get you progressing to where you want to get.
Yeah.
So that helps a lot. Weightlifting, as long as whenever you just understand it, you understand the fundamentals and how it works and how you progress, it becomes all about just having someone with you to motivate you or push you harder. But other stuff like mobility, kinesthetics, you kind of need a coach when you're starting out, really. And I'm just starting out.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I have a good friend who's been an insane gymnast many years ago, and he retained so much of his like abilities. It's just crazy how
what you can do,
what he's able to do.
I want to do this stuff.
Yeah,
that would be cool.
Yeah,
it's
doing so cool. You do those like on the rings and everything, and you just do these insane planks and stuff. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Maybe I'll go to the gym after this.
Yeah, the motivation comes right when you talk about it.
Yeah.
Do you use any other like sources of motivation for the fitness, or for your fitness pursuit? Or what drives you in the first place to doing that?
Seeing the progress, for sure. That's why a lot of people, for example, or even me, when I didn't see progress, like I put so much hard work in it, I don't see anything, I kind of gave up. But now I'm doing it properly, I'm seeing the progress and results. I see myself in the mirror, I'm like, oh, this is working. Yeah. Let's keep going. Yeah. So that's motivational. But you have to figure it out first. You have to actually nail it to see that part of progress that becomes eventually addictive, and just keep at it, you know?
Yeah, for sure. It's like when all the pieces fall into place, and then all of a sudden, like anything that has been the bottleneck before is alleviated, you all of a sudden see things work out.
Like playing a puzzle, and you just like 50% there, you want to keep going. But if you're stuck at the very beginning, you're like, never mind. Yeah,
that's a good analogy.
It's not going to get done.
You think I think that also applies to business, right? When you build a startup or when you build a new product, there's so many puzzle pieces, like people call it product market fit, because the two things need to fit each other. To me, it feels very much the same. As long as there's one thing that's off, the whole thing is crooked and it won't work.
Yeah. When it starts showing results, you will fall in love and you want to keep going. You become addicted. When it's just not going anywhere, you you kind of start losing motivation.
Yeah.
But that's why, it's just figuring out how soon you're losing that motivation. You know, is it you spend so much time on it, or is it too early or too late, basically? Yeah.
What were you doing before you started Plutio?
Web design. I was building websites for clients.
Okay.
I had a design agency.
Oh, okay.
Building stuff for clients for sure. Yeah.
So you've always been an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Nice.
This was my first job.
Wow. And you so how old were you when you came to Dubai?
You were like 7 or 6, something like this.
So you had your entire schooling in Dubai? What was that like?
Yeah. It wasn't for me.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not bad teaching, but it just wasn't for me. I needed something different.
How so?
I need something to be less about math and whatever and more about business and websites and coding.
It's interesting because usually the coding, affinity for coding and math kind of goes hand in hand, it feels like.
But I can't do math.
Really?
There is no way.
That's so strange to hear from a coder. Yeah.
I can't do math.
It's usually like the thing that like a lot of mathematicians even, they just start becoming coders because it pays better.
Yeah, but no, I can't.
Wow.
I can't do math at all. No matter how much I try. My brain.
Yeah. So that's why you stuck with. That's why you stuck to front-end development as well, I suppose, because it's much more visual.
It's more visual.
Yeah.
More creative, more visual, as opposed to math-oriented back-end development for sure.
Yeah. Okay. I see. Interesting.
Yeah.
So you went through like, what's the school system like in Dubai? Is it much like the Western or the British?
There
system?
is for sure. There's American schools, British schools, you name it, Indian schools, all kind of systems here. I did not have the privilege to explore them.
Okay.
I was in a charity school.
Oh, okay. So what kind of a charity school?
The cheapest school in Dubai.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's what we could afford at the time. Yeah, we were 4 brothers, so it was too much for my dad, and it was the only one he could afford.
Okay. So your dad was the sole provider for you guys?
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds hard in a city like Dubai. I mean, people like, this is a tax haven, but it's also freaking expensive.
It is. It is.
Oh, crazy. So what do your brothers do now?
One of them has a marketing agency. The other is like a photography app, and the other one is working for a company as a developer. So they're trying to build their own things as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you the one starting that, or so that inspired your brothers?
I would like to think so.
That's cool.
But yeah,
That's cool.
To some degree, I guess, for sure.
And what did your dad do?
He had his own business here in Dubai, furnishing. Okay. He was a carpenter.
Oh, okay.
Contractor in a way where you want to furnish a hotel, you would contract him, and then he source out everything, you know, to get the job done, basically. Yeah.
Oh wow! So you really got in touch with the reality of, or the daily ins and outs of being an entrepreneur.
All I know about it was stressful.
Yeah.
Looking at my dad, who's stressed all the time. It's like working for yourself. Stressful.
Is he still around?
Yeah.
Yeah. Retired?
He doesn't want to be, but he. Yeah.
Nice.
For now.
Yeah. That's good when you are retired, but you kind of still keep busy. Yeah.
Yeah, he wanna keep busy for sure.
Yeah.
Just trying to figure out how now, because the world's changed. It's not like it was before.
In which way?
Contracting and doing the work that he was doing. Nowadays, it's not possible in the methods that he used to before. There's new laws, new regulations, new processes, making it. It's like entering a new industry entirely, even though he had like 30, 40 years experience.
Yeah.
So it's like you have to start all over again. So it's like, not as easy.
Yeah, that's rough. That's rough. I mean, it's kind of mirroring how the world changes now in the whole digital space.
Yeah, when you step out, even for a few years, you can't just come back and hope you will keep going from where you left.
Yeah.
You have to maybe even start from scratch. Yeah. Because the world changes so rapidly right now. Yeah. You know, if you were a fisherman back in the day, you can stop for a couple of years, come back, and it's the same thing. You can fish again. But nowadays, if you're, I don't know, a lawyer or a doctor, you leave for a few years, laws change, you need to catch up. Yeah. You can't just start like this. You have to redo it all.
Yeah, relearn, get into everything again. I mean, it's just thinking about how coding changed in the last 5 years. 4 years. It's crazy. Insane. I mean, it's probably one of the things that the whole pandemic, the good things that happened after the whole pandemic, that people actually started realizing that you can do a lot of the knowledge work remotely. You don't have to show up in an office.
That's what kicked it off.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what to expect, honestly. But we have to keep going.
Yeah.
And try and figure out a way to stay ahead of it, honestly.
Definitely. So what drives you today? Like what motivates you to go to the next chapter?
Well, right now, I need to stay motivated at this current chapter before thinking about what's beyond, because that's going to be distracting and maybe can ruin what I'm going through right now. So I'm keeping all these ideas and things suppressed in a way.
Okay. Yeah.
For now, until this chapter ends.
And that's once you're done with the contract with ClickUp.
Yeah.
It's that must be so interesting. How did that happen? How did they come? Did they come to you or did they approach you?
It was a bit of both, actually. It was a bit of both. Yeah. But it was us connecting years and years ago, and it happens. You know, like you have that person in the back of your head. You're going through something like, oh, maybe that person would be a good fit right now. You connect and it works out. So I think it's just a matter of like showing the world that you exist. Yeah. And that higher your chances of anything, success really. Because then when they need to do something or think of something and you are there in their head as, you know,
the guy for that. Yeah.
Yeah. So network is more valuable than money.
That's a good point.
It really is.
Yeah.
Especially if you want to buy and sell and grow and raise money and things like that.
Yeah.
It's all about who you know, really. Like I would not have been able to sell it if I didn't even connect with the guy, if I didn't show him that someone called Leo with Plutio is out there, you know?
So how do you connect with people in general? And how did you connect with that guy in particular?
He was on Instagram. Connected on Instagram 2018, a long time ago. Connecting with people, I don't do it as often. I don't do it as much as I should have, to be honest. But maybe that's something I should be looking into right now, especially as I start planning for the next chapter. Yeah.
What do you think is the next chapter going to be like, without trying to take you out too much of the current one?
It's more about experimenting innovation. You know, just ride different waves, experiment, build, but hopefully I'll have the resources to do that without having to be strained or pulled back. Yeah. It's more about freedom and experimentation.
Okay. And you mentioned you want to IPO with Plutio.
No, ClickUp.
Oh, with ClickUp. Yeah. Okay, of course. And then you would get some options, probably.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
Not Plutio. I don't think Plutio will go to IPO.
Okay. Why not?
It's not built for that, really. There's no structure built for that.
So what's your vision for Plutio then? Where do you want to take that?
Becoming the hub for freelancers, and let's see how it goes from there.
Okay.
But it's mostly about becoming the platform for freelancers
to
learn, make money, find new clients, get more work done. Pretty much everything that you need as a freelancer in one place.
Okay. So what's the main value proposition, would you say, at this point?
It's an all-in-one. It's a super app. It has everything you'll ever think of as a freelancer.
Billing, accounting,
everything.
Is it limited to certain jurisdictions?
No.
Okay.
Anyone can use it. And I think that's what would make us or help us stay afloat right now, especially with AI, because anyone can build an invoicing platform or whatever. Yeah. But the thing about Plutio is like it's a super app. It has everything already built in. You know, and all these apps talk to each other, and it has a unified interface and things like that. You know. So I'm hoping that would keep us afloat until we add more innovation to it, like AI.
How do you see AI fit in that picture?
Helping freelancers get more work done and stay focused on what really matters, helping them with the admin work, with the financials, all this stuff.
Super interesting. I mean, you're kind of selling it to me in a way, so I'm definitely going to be checking it out later.
Yeah, check out.
It sounds...
A lot of changes going to happen to it. We're going to try and revamp the interface entirely to be like Figma. So managing project is like being on Figma, where it's not just Kanban and list anymore. It's actually this canvas where you can have tasks, you can have pictures here, you can have a whiteboard here, you can have
awesome.
Notes
because
here.
I hate the Kanban. I hate the Kanban project management style.
Yeah, so
I hate it.
We're going to try and like break the boundaries.
Yeah.
Because all project management is the same thing.
Yeah.
Is you go in, you have boards, you have lists, you have whatever, and they're disconnected from everything else.
Yeah.
Your whiteboards are separated and all this kind of stuff. So what we were like, what if it's a Figma? What if it's a canvas and you just add all the work to it? You even attach the invoice there, so you can see the invoice and things like that. More like a visual way to manage your work and see your work.
Yeah, I can see that have a lot of appeal.
Yeah, so we want to try and do that and add that fun element to it. So it's very fun to use, you know, things bounce around, things like that, you know what I mean?
A little dopamine spikes that you get from using.
Exactly. Yeah. Simplify the interface to that level, make it Figma-like, you know, super drag and drop and drag around, and just freedom, you know, no constraints anymore. And add AI and see how it goes.
Nice.
Yeah, that's the next phase.
Really cool, really cool. So you're up to a lot of things then. I mean, I suppose you're working full time at ClickUp, then you're kind of, let's say, directing Pludio.
Yeah, my brother is a CEO now, so he's trying to make it work.
That's cool.
Different mindsets, so different ways of working.
Okay.
But let's see how we can make that work.
That's also an interesting learning experience, I suppose.
Yeah.
Having to come to like within the bounds of like a family environment, working with your brother in that way. So what advice would you have for people who just start out, or people who maybe sitting in an office?
It's something I actually spoke about yesterday is you will always feel like an outsider until you're not, no matter what you do. If you're starting something new, you don't start like you belong. Like you don't until you become someone who does belong. Yeah. And the only way to do that is by keep showing up. So it will feel uncomfortable. It will feel weird. It will feel like you're missing something. Everyone else got the recipe and got it right, but I didn't yet. Like, why are they growing and I'm not growing, for example, you know? It's never going to start like you feel like you own the house, like you belong there. Even if you go to a party and you don't know anyone in that party, you'll feel like you don't belong until you actually start mingling with people, and then now you feel like you belong, you know? Same thing when you go to a new city or go to the gym for the first time when everyone around you is jacked and you're like, oh shit, what am I doing?
That's such a good analogy.
You know what I'm saying? Not until you actually keep going, keep showing up, build a couple of muscles, and you own the place in a few years down the line. So it's just, you will always feel like an outsider. But that, it's not a sign to stop. It's a sign that you've actually begun.
That's a good way of putting it.
That's something kind of resonates with me for sure. And it's the advice I'll just give everyone. Yeah, for sure.
That's very valuable, I think, because for many people it's exactly that feeling of like, as you said, analogy of going to the gym I think fits so well, because I just had a discussion the other day and so many people are just detracted from getting into fitness because they feel like they don't belong there, because they start out from a place of not having it ever done maybe. And I think a lot of people are sitting in some office somewhere wondering, as they see people like us traveling the world and like making a living from that.
But also think about it, just out of curiosity, like your thoughts on this particular statement. You remember when, I don't know if you remember these days, but smoking used to be a thing, used to be the cool thing, and everyone used to smoke out of peer pressure, just like drinking. Yeah. You know, people drink or people smoke, peer pressure, and it's the cool thing to do. If you don't do it, if you don't drink or don't smoke back in the day, like what's wrong with you? Why you don't smoke?
Yes, I mean, some circles are still with drinking, it's still today.
But like it was a norm. Yeah. You know, to the level where it's expected that restaurants and bars would have a tray. It's expected because it's the norm now in society where everyone smokes. And if you don't smoke, something is wrong with you. Same thing, I think maybe, because I don't think working out and gyms used to be the same thing 10 years, 20 years ago.
Yeah, definitely not.
You know, it wasn't. Yeah. Where if you don't go to the gym, it was fine. Yeah, sure. But now if you don't go to the gym, it's like, what's wrong with you? Yeah. You know? Yeah. So I think maybe we go to the gym and we try and push ourselves to go to the gym because of peer pressure, because people will think that something is wrong with us if we don't go. So do we go to the gym nowadays to like build our, be bodybuilders? Do we all have to be bodybuilders? Do we go there to be fit, or do we actually go there because we feel the peer pressure that our friends or family or whatever will think that something is wrong with us if we don't go? So I don't know actually, because like you want to be fit. A lot of people go to the gym, but they're not really pushing like that hard. Yeah. And a lot of them are with trainers, but they don't, like, you see them, and they're not going to these extra couple of reps or whatever that you actually need to build these muscles. You know. So
So why are they doing it?
Why are you doing it?
Yeah.
Which is not a bad thing. You know, you're moving your body. You're doing something, like you're training.
Mm-hmm.
You're training beyond, like you're not training to really progress in the sense where you're building more muscle.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So yeah, there's just an interesting take on it.
Definitely. I mean, it's an interesting comparison. I do think one of the big effects that the gym movement or trend is having is that as people around you start to go to the gym more, not all of them, but a lot of them start to look and feel healthier, and that increases the competitive pressure on each and every one else.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and I think that has a similar effect as peer. It's a different form of peer pressure. It's like by everybody else improving, the level of where you're competitive in, let's say, dating or just generally fitness or even just, you know, social. The social aspect of it, you know, and that's a big part of it as well.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a good thing. I see a lot of trends towards the longevity and better health outcomes side of things, but also weirdly enough, you see the other side of it, where like in the US, it's like 70% of people are obese now, or something like that.
70%?
I think it's something like crazy number, like more than half are obese. It's fucking insane. It's insane. And then you look at health outcomes from diseases, you know, like anything that you catch, you're just better off if you're fit afterwards. Better chance of recovery, better chance of not having too much of a bad progression. Could be an infectious disease, could be a broken bone. Recovery is better. Yeah.
Yeah, I did hear about that. At the moment you're obese, whatever you catch is 10 times worse.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's fucked up, but
thank you very much for this.
Well, my pleasure. Thank you for coming by.
And thank you for the grapes.
Of course, of course. I mean, take all of them if you want.